Hey, Mick and Bill here again, and today we're going to be talking about monetizing your website or blog. And that's one of the biggest things that people kind of leave out is they create a blog or they create a website and they're talking about this or that, and it's not making any money. It's costing them money. And my philosophy, and I'm sure yours has been the same, is that your website should always be making you money, not costing you money. So with that, what do you think?
I got a funny story for you.
Go.
I have a good friend that uses a service that I enjoy a lot, and he's built 450 websites. They're beautiful. They're all automated blogs. They all drive traffic. And I asked him, he was in my office, and I said, dude, so how much money are you making off these 450 websites? And he scratched his beard and he thought about it. He said, about $250 a month. And I'm like, what? He had never monetized a single website. And I can't understand what the purpose of any of this is if you don't have monetization on your website. So I gave him a theme, and I said, dude, upload this, put your AdSense ID in there, put your ClickBank ID in there, and make some money on it. As funny as that story seems to be, you always begin with the end in mind. If your idea is to make money, why would you build a website without a way of monetizing the website?
Right.
I thought monetization was a disease when I first started this industry.
Or capturing traffic, for that matter. Most people it doesn't even dawn on them to have some sort of way of making that website create a funnel to build their list.
Yeah.
It's like the last thing they think of, and then they have to deconstruct and reconstruct that beautiful website that they had built all over again, which doesn't make any sense.
I think one of the big challenges with monetization is a lot of people will buy cookie cutter websites. We sell them ourselves. But then when they get them, they still got to go in and make the changes and add the monetization.
And they don't know how to do it.
You know, they got to go in and figure out HTML and how to do banner code and what their pub code is and how to deal with Amazon's crazy system and stuff. It can be a bit of a challenge, without a doubt.
Well, I think the basic thing that you could do that's super easy, and you and I both use this, is WordPress. And there's a lot of themes out there, and you mentioned in the last video the ones that you use for your Niche Profits blog that's already pre-built and done for you. And it seems like this would be such the best way for a newbie or even someone that's been online for a long time but never really made any money online because they didn't get it, they went about it the wrong way, of how to become an internet marketer. And I know that's kind of leaves a bad taste in your mouth, but we're salesmen and we're marketing every day no matter what we do. If you go out and see a movie and you tell your friend about it, or you go out and have dinner at some place that you really like, you tell your friend about it, you're marketing, you're selling your friend on why they should go see that movie or why they should go and eat dinner there. So you might as well make a buck on it. And this is how these websites come into play. I mean, you could do, if you're really into eating or you're really into seeing movies, it's so easy to create a movie review blog and post every day, which is unique content, right? Of why you like this movie, and it was great. And when people leave, what are they going to do? Are they going to just leave, or are they going to click a coupon to go to the movies, or are they going to click some sort of ad for something else, and you get paid? And it's so simple to do, and 99% of the people out there fail to do this because they just don't think about it.
Well, I mean, and the beautiful thing about WordPress is there's a lot of different themes out there. Some of them are free, some of them you have to pay for, that can make the whole monetization process simple. It's a bit confusing because of all the different formats, and you got to go to different spots within the WordPress back end or their admin area to find out, where to stick your AdSense codes and stuff like that.
But it's so easy because it's just copy and paste. You just got to know where to go.
Once you figure it out for that particular theme, you can use it over and over and over.
Right.
Which is what we do with our niche profit blogs. There's one spot you go to and you dump it all in one area. It makes it easy. But there are lots of different themes that will do that for you. So you're building sites. I've got to finish this story about the guy at the 450 websites. He paid me $5,000 to come to my office so that he could ask me why he wasn't making any money. Isn't that curious?
Yeah, but
he didn't monetize his sites.
He got his money's worth. You answered the question, and then you showed him how to do it, right?
The good news was he liked good wine and was willing to buy dinner.
And $5,000?
Yeah, it was great. It was a lot of fun.
I'm going to have to stick that in my coaching thing.
Yes.
Yeah, not only do you pay, but you owe me dinner and wine.
Well, when I just
For the initial meeting,
of course. Dude, why don't you monetize your websites? Well, I got too many of them. So here's a theme. All you got to do is this. And he did, and he's now making money.
That's awesome.
So
Happy ending.
Happy ending. It was very obvious. Don't, as silly as that sounds, like I'm going to build all these sites and make money, but I don't have any way to make money on them. It happens.
So let's talk about making money on your site, because we spoke previously about AdSense, ClickBank, and Amazon, and I got a great story about Amazon because living here in California, good old Jerry Brown came in and said, we're just going to keep all these mom and pop shops that don't want to embrace the internet in business, and so what we're going to do is we're going to make it so that everybody gets taxed, and I don't want to get into a whole political thing, but basically Amazon just said, okay, all you guys in California, we're no longer doing affiliate stuff with you because of the new tax codes in California. So on one of my websites, the American Air Cannon site, the potato cannon site I told you guys about in another video, this actually was a blessing in disguise. Now, it was funny because when you bought the Canon kit or the plans or anything, you were redirected so you could buy the parts off my website through Amazon. And you would just go, I already had all the parts laid out of what you needed. You just click the button and it took you to the parts bin. You got your order and Amazon drop shipped those parts to your house, and I got paid a small percentage. I think it was like 6 or 7% of what the sale was. So in comes Jerry Brown, changes the law, screws everybody in California over with Amazon. And I'm just like, well, great, there goes a piece of income stream off my website. So here's the good news. It made me go and find a wholesale dealer for these parts. I bought the parts in bulk. I kept them in my garage. I redid the page so when people order the parts, instead of going to Amazon and I only get a percentage, they bought the parts. It sent me an order. PayPal took the payment, and I shipped out the parts. I kept 100% of the money made from those parts, and I could mark those parts up, and I could add money to the shipping. So now basically I was making 300% versus 10%. So tell me if that didn't work out in my favor. And that whole little thing is just to go to show you, when something explodes, don't panic. Don't become Chicken Little and say the sky is falling. Take a look at this and go, hey, this is an opportunity. And since then, Amazon actually has come back around and said, okay, California, we're going to embrace you again. And I'm like, screw you, Amazon. I'm not going back. I'm making twice as much money for grabbing some parts, throwing them in a box, taping it up, and shipping it out. And I'm making money on the shipping. So there's a happy ending right there to what you can do with monetizing your website. And that leads me to one really good point. Once someone makes a purchase on your website, don't send them away. Don't say, hey, thanks a lot, see you later. Have them redirect to another page on your website that adds either a bonus or an upsell to whatever they just bought. Let's say they bought, like the air cannons, they bought a kit. They still need the actual trigger and the valve and all that stuff. So I redirected them. Instead of saying, here's where I get my parts, have at it, see you later. I redirected them to another page on my website that says, why go shopping for all the parts when you can get them right here? Just place your order, I'll drop ship them to your door. No pain, no suffering. It's kind of like the 7-Eleven thing. You're always going to pay more money for milk at 7-Eleven. Why? Because it's convenient. And so if you make things simple for people, they're willing to pay for it. Because they're going to pay for it anyway if they've got to jump in their car, burn gas, go into 3 different places trying to find the parts they need for whatever it is they're doing, when they could just say, you know what, I'll pay the extra money and submit a button and it shows up on my doorstep 2 days later. And I think that's really, really powerful. Anything you want to add?
I don't think I'm allowed to, but does 7-Eleven sell beer too?
Dude, the sky's falling.